Good evening, Free Enterprise fans. Welcome to another exciting race here in the Lali-Ho League. We have Classybadger going up against Stoppable Force. I am Commander Leonhardt, and I am here with our very own Bad Karma.
How you doing tonight, Commander Leonhardt?
I'm doing well. I'm a bit confused by the objectives. I don't think we can sell an adamant armor. Good thing that we are 4 out of 5.
Yeah, with the no adamants flag, these objectives are going to be a little difficult to complete all of them. I really hope that we can find Kulix though, because man, that would be really something to actually see him in his native form.
Maybe that's the Z Sprite.
But yeah, we are here in week 2 of the Swiss round.
Yeah, we've got 6 rounds of Swiss. Runners are going to need to do better than 3 losses to move on to the next phase. And let's go. Sure.
We're underway.
Okay.
DKC.
Ooh. I like the Sand Ruby, because there are no free characters on. Those of you that are used to 3ness and haven't caught up on the new changes, that's one of them. But Sand Ruby gives you an extra character, and furthermore, it's a gated character. It could be an Edge or a Food.
Yeah, I would not be surprised if we don't see that checked here really soon. That Sand Ruby is going to be pretty good help for this Palom, who needs a couple boss fights under his belt. Kane needs a little bit of gear to get him going, so hopefully it's somebody that'll help the team out really well.
And our 2 extra objectives are a boss hunt. We're looking for Bahamut and Mylon and friends.
Yeah, and that really leads me to say, like, Ordeals should, be a good early play. That's 3 boss checks: Baron Inn, Dwarf Castle. It'll be really interesting to see where our runners take us tonight, and in what order they decide to do these objectives. If we can find them, there's a Sid in the bed.
Well, if you want a character to get you through the early overworld, Sid's a great choice.
Yeah, Stoppable Force looks like was trying to decide if he wanted to take that Sid and chose not to.
I'd be leaving him for an anchor.
I like Classybadger's choice of taking him. We start off with a Dwarf Axe. We start off with a Strength Ring. Because of our Dwarven kit, that's going to make Sid pretty good, pretty solid from the middle spot, and be a good anchor even early on.
True, but if you ever used a base level Sid with the Dwarf Axe?
Every time I can.
Well, maybe my setups are bad, because he gets like 1 turn for everyone else's 5 when I try.
He'll swing it, and he only needs 1 hit on these early bosses for 400 damage.
Fair. Top of a Force going for Watery Pass. Popular location on T Wildwish.
Yeah, a lot of good loot down here. We found, we can have a bunch of things. Defense Sword for Kane can be down here. Dragoon Spear, I believe, can be down here. Anything but a tier 7, I think, on this T Wildwish flag set.
Yeah, anything but a tier 7. One of the new 4.2 flags is in play in the tournament, max tier 6. You're not going to get tier 7 loot from an untrapped chest.
Yeah, we've got it looks like we found a Siren and a Curse Ring early on as well. So all of our anchoring needs should be taken care of, with a Crystal Ring as well.
I do love a Crystal Ring. It does so many wonderful things. It's got incredible physical and magical defense for the slot. It protects against paralyze. It adds 5 to agility. It's resistant to lightning and dragons. Give me Crystal Rings.
I mean, I'll take them. I'll take all the Crystal Rings that we can get. And it looks like Classybadger may be gearing up. Possibly check this waterfall, just see in case it's one of our 2 required boss fights.
or even a Demus. 3 bosses, kind of, that we're looking for. Ooh.
Purple robe.
Oh, wow.
It is.
There's some spice.
Not a terrible spot, but this is a sneaky HP spot. The HP here is a little higher than even Antlion, and this fight's not free.
No, not by any means. Even with the HP spread out amongst the ghasts, it's also really fast.
Yeah, we haven't found really any good J items or anything like that to really boost out a bunch of damage. Palom's magic is not all that strong. As we see, Stoppable Force is looting Mist Village. Not a play we see very often, but there is a good amount of loot here in the Mist Village and a weapon and armor shop.
Yeah, and if you're determined to go shopping, you might as well pick up some loot. And oh, hey, look at that. Just a casual ribbon.
Yep, and it looks like Classybadger is still working through the Smile and Z with the gas all gone. Now we're going to get lit ones as counters, and they're hitting pretty hard on that Sid there. His hefty HP pool's not gonna last too much longer.
Oh, and Palom hits the ground. It's rough taking this early, as we've already said. We're going to be here a little while, and even knowing it's an objective, I would have completely understood if Classybadger had just reset out and said, I'll come back for you later when it's faster. At least I know you're there.
Stoppable Force just found another, I think that's Stoppable Force's second cat claw. If we find a gang, that'll be really nice, or just sell it for a good hefty amount of money too. Even with the, I believe we have the escorter flag on for Swiss round.
Yes, we do. So he's going to have to sell both those cat claws to get the normal money for one.
Earth Hammer pickup for Sid, though. That's what you want to see. Get that Sid swinging online.
Mm-hmm. That might persuade Stoppable Force to go pick up Sid once he gets out of Antlion.
Has an ice brand for his cane. That's a good pickup as well. Cane can be that's a good moderately powered attack weapon that I kind of look for in starting between that and a Blizzard Spear.
Yeah, it's a good starter weapon, like you say. It'll carry you for early part of the game, and you never really want to get rid of it anyway until you've dealt with Leg himself.
Classybadger still trying to get through this Mylon fight, though, and lost the cane, lost the kid.
Sid stands alone.
Has the tier 1 hand axe equipped too, so this could be quite a slog to try and get through this HP pool before these lit ones take Sid down. Ninja hat there in the Antlion. Man, there are a lot of people who kind of like fade Antlion for a little bit and then not loot it later. On T Wildish, you could still pull a lot of good together as Classybadger pulls through the Mylon fight. Well done.
Good job. Puts in his time. Oh! It's the first objective.
And Stoppable Force found our other objective with Bahamut in the Antlion game.
Bathurst! What have you done? If this is the Twin Harp in Antlion, I swear.
It is a good point to, do a quick shout out for our restreamer, Dathis.
Okay.
This it's
not a Twin Harp, but come on.
And then our tracker is Xenacat, hitting the buttons, lighting up things, getting a lot of work done early, that's for sure.
So, we know where both bosses are, and we know where half of the Pink Tail objective is already there.
Yeah, Antlion hard required in this seed.
Yeah, true story. Fortunately for Classybadger, he's heading straight there.
And we'll see who is the character at the top of Hobbs. Hopefully it is somebody that'll help this team out.
Hey! That's another quack kid.
It's another quack kid, and that's a fight that would be a little tough for this party, I feel like.
Yeah, most things are tough for this party. I mean, even with Sid along, Classybadger spent a long time on that waterfall. Without him, it's going to be fun. So where does Stoppable Force go next? Apparently, Ordeals, which makes sense. We're hunting bosses.
Yeah, 3 bosses here. Gonna get a Cecil as a paladin. If we find a Cecil, Tella getting his full spell list. I like the play. You're gonna want to do it eventually if you're still hunting for bosses. Unfortunately, we know that second boss is in the waterfall.
Yeah, we could have a Demist up here, and of course the key item is a thing. And Deathus makes a good point. Alums together can do a lot of good work with Twin. It's based off of the wisdom stat, and Alum being a black mage has a good wisdom. So it could help get him through some early fights.
That is one thing I consistently forget, is it doesn't matter what combination of twins you got. You just need 2 twins. You have 2 Porums, 2 Palms, and still be able to cast that twin magic.
Yes. And this is a bit of a rude start to our ordeals.
Yeah, especially since we don't have a Sid to kind of wield that Earth Hammer. We don't have an extra twin. This is going to be a little dicey, I feel like.
Yeah, it's just a lot of 2 party teams just need a little help to get going, and Stoppable Force just really hasn't quite found that extra oomph yet.
Classybadger is meanwhile through that Bahamut, going to be getting his hook.
So theoretically, Classybadger could be at go mode with not more than a pink tail, a twin harp, and either a darkness or a pass.
For Graceless Gamer in the chat, we have both of our boss hunts already taken care of. We have Mylon sitting in the waterfall. We have Bahamut sitting at the bottom of the Antlion. And we have a hook.
And the hook also from Antlion.
Now, I would actually be tempted to, get that hovercraft and maybe dive through Evelyn and see who that character is, as it looks like Classybadger is going to be doing the character check at Baron first.
I agree. It's a gated character, gated by the key item of the hook, so again, could be Edge or Fu, if they're even showing up in the seed. And the shop is also good. It gives you 2 chances at tier 5 in the item shop, which is where we get our wonderful Bacchuses, coffins, and sirens, and hourglass tubes.
I mean, you notice that was a crystal armor hanging outside of Rose's mom's house? Just casually in the pod there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of money just hanging out in this seed. We've got 2 cat claws floating around out there, crystal armor sitting in the Baron town.
And Stoppable Force struggling with the bygone, as one does. Oh, hey, look, it's a third. Oops, all Palom.
I mean, we have distinct 10 on, so we knew there was a couple of dupes, but have them being right here.
Yeah, well, 3 dupes in the seed, because we do have distinct 10, and there are 13 checks to be made. But we've already found 2 of them.
So, I mean, I hear people like black mages, though.
Well, then this is the seed for them. If they get a quick go mode, we might see if either of our runners are familiar with on left strats for Z. Ooh, that's a cheeky Baron, too.
That is a huge pickup for Classybadger if he can get through. This bot is really, really punchy, though.
but it's a bit slow. Although the anchor kind of takes away from that.
Yeah, and getting the mist there is definitely needed because Classy's going to have to get his party back up.
Yeah, it's one thing when you see D-Mist in the front slot and you know going in, oh, hey, here it is. But
Lord Gruber, yes it is.
Can't ever see the sprite, and it's just long and a pain. Classybadger's putting the downtime to good use. Gets some life in. Breaks out an illusion.
It's a good move there. It's going to keep the sit up.
Let him wail away with that Earth Hammer. Nice shot. Got about 4,000 total hit points to work through here, so it's going to need a little time.
Could be a slow going, but should be able to do it as well. It is out of illusions now, though, so we'll have to, after this counter, get that game back up. Stoppable Force, however, has found... Oh.
We might be seeing the slice around the world. This party doesn't get it in gear. Good shot, though, from Kane.
There's the sword raise. Yeah, unfortunately, Palom was did not make it through the Baigen fight.
Yeah, can't get Palom to Lightning 2. And there it is, the back attack Odin.
I didn't even see him hit me.
You never see it coming.
Oh, Classybadgers and got the misturn there to allow him to get his recovery. That was some luck there with Kane going down in one shot.
Yeah, you just have to be able to survive 3 hits and recover every time.
Got the low roll there on that jump.
Yeah, Classybadger has definitely shown a certain amount of persistence, first with the Mylon fight and then with the D-Mist.
It looks like Stoppable Force is heading out. Gonna go climb back down the mountain. Not sure what he plans to... Oh, there's...
Better than crystal armor.
Paladin Cecil just leaving all of his good stuff around in Baron Town, apparently?
It seems that way.
Commander, I hear you have a certain reputation, you know. Do you suggest that these runners sell that crystal sword right away to make Cecil appear?
I don't know, bad karma. Would Asuka suggest yeeting a spoon to make Edward appear?
Stoppable Force is heading over to Baron. Found a grimoire, and I don't think Classybadger got that grimoire as well. If he did, I missed it.
Yeah, but that proved to be a rough ordeals, and unless our runners can make their way through ordeals, that crystal sword might as well be sold, as much as it pains me to utter those words.
Gonna get our D-Mist check here soon.
Okay. This is a thing that has happened.
Couple character checks available now for our runners.
Oh boy.
Got our way underground. Got our way to the
moon.
Grab
the hovercraft for the hook route. Check up to the moon. They both have gated shops for you, although Evelyn's is not as impressive.
Yep, Stoppable Force is gonna peek the second boss. Gonna see it's the demist. And Stoppable Force's cane is a little bit more geared. Was able to take one punch there, whereas Classybadger's was taking a little bit more damage. I believe this cane has the ninja hat on.
Ninja hat's nice. A little bit more agility. Also, just a full suite. I saw at least Dragoon armor and shield, I think. So
got a lucky miss there for that Palom.
Needed that. Now, my question is, Classybadger, you're going to check the moon shop? Because hourglasses there could be a big game changer. Granted, you might want to go down to the Earth for the hook character, but hourglasses are the biggest thing to make me think it's time for a cheeky moon dive.
Yeah, hourglasses, some more illusions to find would be really nice too. Some Bacchus wine.
Yeah, those will definitely help too.
Yeah, having this back road cane with the better gear is making this really doable for Stoppable Force. Jumps are hitting for 800 a pop, it looks like.
Yeah, Stoppable Force has done some impressive work with just these two characters.
Moon character is...
Hey, more vanilla!
Oh, that is a huge pickup.
That seems worth. That's really going to help bust things wide open.
You were saying about a moon dive.
Was. I do believe I said something to that effect. Yeah, Xenocat, that's a good point. We've seen 3 Paloms and a Fu. I like me some hybrids and some Zerkers, but my goodness.
Yep, got your team right there. What else do you need? Get food a week, go debunning, get your nukes.
Although, going D-Mud is interesting in this tournament. You want to tell everyone why?
Yeah, we do have the addition from 4.2 with the vanilla giant flag. So if you walk in to the giant, you got to finish it to get out. So you can't just D-money and leave. You're going to have to fight those 2 bosses on the way out, which may not be as easy even post run.
Nothing like doing a D-Money grind, only stare down Kainazo at elements.
Or with a nuke team having Balbalis at elements.
Ooh, that's just dirty, man. She might be nukeable there. I'd have to look at Inven's chart.
Oh, Berserk, why do you gotta tease me with such horrible things like that? CPU at the elements with a mage party.
To answer your question, Seaprebearing, there are 10 unique characters out of 13 total. So, room for 3 dupes. 2 characters will absolutely not appear. The other 10 will be here at least once.
Classybadger is taking on this buy again, though, as Stoppable Force going to go get his food.
I'm sorry about the Sunday slapdash. Bad karma. Yes, it's on hold for a while, thanks to the tournament.
Yeah.
It will.
That was where I encountered the CPU at elements, and
I see Badger breaking out the twin magic. Yeah, no CPRE. You're not stuck with the first 5 you find. We don't have permajoin on. However, we do have C-Buy. So if you send a character away, you can't retrieve them later from the Tower of Wishes. They're gone for good.
Yeah, I know that has been some runners, maybe in this booth, maybe talking right now, who thought, oh, I can just go pick somebody up again after I got rid of them, forgetting what the flags are.
This is why we practice.
Let's see how Classybadger is able to handle this Odin or not.
Should be fine. Pretty sure those quack kids know lightning too. Or you could just twin it. I don't believe I've ever seen regen used.
Yeah, that is
Also, good timing on that jump.
excellent timing on the jump. Yeah, I didn't get a look and see what Fu's spell list was.
Neither did I. She was busy regenning.
Stoppable Force, though, is checking the K value, though. Gonna get a peek of this boss looking for that Mylon.
Probably. Classy, meanwhile, has taken down Odin, so we get to find out what value lies in the tomb.
Double mute knife there in the K value.
Oh, Sparkle and K value? I'll peek it for information, apparently.
That's probably a good plan there.
Larg!
Well, I don't think we will be seeing Stoppable Force return to the cave value for a while.
The good news is, I think with everything that we know from our perspective, that Wyvern can't be required. And I mean good for the runners and not for us.
Could have the harp, which
Take
could
it back.
have
Nope, it could be.
the pink tail or legend or adamant.
Yeah, if it's gating a chain, sure, and or Baron key. So there's still hope.
We'll see what's inside the changing room on top of Mount Ordeals, though.
Oh, one half of Forge.
Looks like Stoppable Force did have the right idea heading to Ordeals, was able to sniff out that required key item, just got stymied by that Odin a little bit. I'm sure he will probably go and get his revenge at some point. And there are sirens in the moon shop.
Good to know where those are. There's a good chance, but no promise of sirens showing up in one of our gated shops on these flags. If you don't have them, but you find a ninja, you can still steal sirens from the appropriate enemies.
Yet our restreamer Death is pointing out that Classybadger did not check the shop while he was up there, so does not know that sirens are sitting up there.
Can't check everything, and it just so many times does come down to, did you check the important thing? Stoppable Force, for instance, still looking for Mylon, not realizing that Waterfall is where he needs to go.
Now the question is, do you do Fabul before diving that hook? I say
I would.
yes.
Yes, I agree. I've got a magma. I'll go underground and do some freebies and do a quick Sheila one and come back. But on a hook route, I'll check it for magma.
Now the interesting thing would be is if Fabul had a pink tail. Do you go, and if you're Classybadger, do you go to the moon looking for that twin heart?
Darkness Crystal always raises that question. When are you going to go to the moon? You've got a lot of XP and a lot of key items there. If you can get through the bosses, hunting for key items there can be your grind all by itself. But if you go too early, you're going to spend a lot of time bouncing off bosses.
And Fabul does seem to be a choice.
Yep, exactly. Not a bad shop. Star Veils, of course, but also Kamikazes, which have a few niche uses.
And that Sid can get up there with HP to make Kamikazes a little worthwhile.
Definitely, especially early on. Stoppable Force, hunting down a couple of Liliths early on Mount Ordeals. They are a good XP source. Also, welcome everyone from RPG Limit Break. Hope your race went well. Everyone coming in, please don't spoil the race for us. We'd like to go watch the VOD.
Yeah, and we're 30 minutes in. Sorry, go ahead.
We're about half an hour in, and Dathis is breaking out his jet muscles. He put the Bahamut in Antlion, he put the Hook in Antlion, he put the Mylon in the Waterfall, and he put the Darkness in the D-Mist, which was in Baron Inn.
Well, it's 3 Palums on the Overworld. And a Vanilla Foo, as Berserk now also just pointed out.
Foo and Kane, both vanilla, so Dathis living up to his vanilla rep as well. Especially with that vanilla Kane. Now, Fabul is vanilla, I call Hags. It's not. I don't think it can be.
It could be I don't know if it can be a Black Sword, honestly.
I think Black Sword's tier 3.
Did get a defense sword. Huge upgrade for Kane there over the Ice Brand that we've been wielding thus far.
Yeah, that's going to make Kane a much better force to be reckoned with.
Oh, and we did find a Crystal Sword in the Baron Inn as well. So we are on the lookout for which of our runners is going to sell that Crystal Sword first.
And no, Asuka, no one has sold the defense.
Stoppable Force is through the Odin, got his revenge after getting Zantan Sukin around the world twice. Going to be rewarded with his adamant.
Classybadgers decide it's time to launch the hook, which, to be fair, what else would Classybadger do now? Is that or the moon? And if you're really going to do that moon dive, I would want that hook character first, at least.
Absolutely, especially if it's Crystal Sword wielding Cecil.
Cecil go brr. Sounds like a good party to me. D-Shmoo in chat saying, I'll gladly roam with 3 Palums, a Rosa, and an Excal Cecil. Sign me up.
Covers everything you need. It's got the bird, it's got the quack, it's got the nukes, it's got the heals.
Yeah. Times.
All right, let's see who is hanging out in this hook route.
Would you like another mute knife, Classybadger? Because you can have a mute knife. Wait, did you do K value?
No, that was Stoppable Force who did K value.
And didn't even get the mute knives because keep the boss and reset out.
Yeah, that was a wyvern sitting inside Cave Value.
Yeah. Arg. We have our hourglasses in Edlin. That's a nice sign.
Yeah, unfortunately, Classybadger doesn't know that the sirens are on the moon, so he's just going to have to be content with those hourglasses right now.
He also sold the defense sword.
That is interesting.
It is. Content with the ice brand on Kane, perhaps. Or might have a very quick plan to ditch Kane for whoever's on the hook route. I'm not... It's a sign. It's a sign. Might be leaning towards full reflect. Gonna pick up that other alum at some point.
Yeah, gonna be trying to get through this double Staleman really quick. Didn't save outside, I don't believe, so wants to make sure that the shopping and selling that he did sticks and can get through this. This can also have tier 7. Being that it is a trap chest, it is exempt from the max tier flag that we're using.
Yes, definitely. Makes the trap chest a little more compelling.
Fortunately, the Staleman not making it easy, sleeping that foo, so that he can't bring his full spell repertoire to bear. Third Palom, though, taken by Stoppable Force.
Hey! Stoppable Force going for it. You got a Kane tank, 3 Paloms, and a Foo.
Taking 1 Palom down.
The Staleman proved to be too much, as they often do. Rude fight.
Oh, he did save outside. Well, that was the first chest afterwards, so now he has his defense sword back.
So I guess in a moment we'll find out if it was intentional or a misclick. Okay, no, doesn't sell anything. The shim, yes, the treasury is capped at T6 on these flags. So a good chance of T6, but you will not find your crystal swords there.
Taking round 2 on these Stalemen as well.
Well, this time he's not taking any chances. Just puts out a quick hourglass and says, we're going to be done with this.
Oh, Stoppable Force is flying right over the Mylon and Friends fight there at the waterfall. Heading right to the
waterfall! Go to the waterfall! Fortunately, 4 out of 5, but you don't want to have to pass up on a quick objective like that.
Might be able to route it back in later, maybe after we find an Earth Crystal or something like that. It's right there, so.
And the chest did indeed have tier 7 loot. There's now a white shirt for who?
Not even sure he needs anything else equipped at this point.
For those of you that didn't know, Fu is in fact an archer.
Had to utilize that one day when I needed to put an Artemis bow on him to make him not, be better agility.
At that point, he might be a good anchor for a Z fight. Up to 30 then. But what you're seeing now is another flag that's new to version 4.2. See Neki. Characters don't show up with their normal starting equipment. They show up with no armor and 1 weapon, or in the case of bow and arrow, 2 weapons that are anywhere from tier 1 to tier 3, and something that the character can equip.
Classybadger immediately tried to do that Blizzard Spear, and then saw, Caden can use the defense sword. So maybe that cell earlier was not realizing Kane could use it?
Maybe. Okay. All right.
Dathis.
All right, Dathis.
All 3 duplicates are Palom.
That's Palom. That is absolutely Palom. 4 Paloms. And such jetty potential. Oh, back in 3 there were strats developed around getting such quick go modes, and one of them involves just bluffing Paloms while Z is busy shaking and hammering him with reflected viruses.
I might have taken that change rod though.
Yeah, with all these black mages, gonna need rods.
I was so distracted by the Palom, I missed the sprite to see who the boss was.
So did I.
Asura. Oh.
Ask your local tracker.
Thank you, Zeta Cat.
Bluff is plus 15 to wisdom, alchemy. And it stacks if you're feeling patient.
Yeah, and Classybadger is not taking any other chests. Didn't want to deal with the Mad Ogres or anything like that. Just checking this out. Oh, maybe realized he didn't save there.
Maybe. Oh dear.
Oh my. Well, you know how I was saying that might need that Mad Ogre fight for some levels?
About that.
I'll admit when I'm wrong. And this is one of those times.
Happens to the best of us.
So what we're seeing here, if you don't know, we have the Alt Gauntlet. One of the updates last year changed the Fabul defense into 5 random fights of the area where you find the Gauntlet fight. So these are 5 fights from the tower, and our runners have to get through these. This is beneficial because this spot normally does not give any experience unless you fight the Alt Gauntlet.
Yeah, that's a very good point. The encounters don't draw from the stat information of the spot, so like if you find a gauntlet down in Cave Magnus, for instance, it doesn't have the ridiculous magic defense that boss normally has, and XP in a spot that never gave you XP is a very nice bonus.
Yeah, and this is a huge chunk of XP that's going to be really beneficial to Classybadger with all these Paloms. Want to get them to a good level so that they can be dishing out as much damage as Fu is doing.
And Tetsiega in chat asking if they're the rarest 5 fights. No, each area only has 5 fights. So it's all 5 fights, but they are in order from the most common fight to the most rare fight at the end.
It looks like we may have lost Stoppable Force for just a bit. We were working on getting him back on.
Hopefully, we'll be able to get him back soon. And now it's my turn to be wrong. There are apparently 6 fights. Right, Xenocat? 1 and 2 are the same fight, right? Or help me out here.
I never knew exactly which ones they were.
Like, I think there's 8 fights, but some of them double up. Something.
I always thought they were random. I knew they were the same in each spot, but. Meanwhile, Stoppable Force is working on his alt gauntlet.
So, as often happens, there was a fair amount of divergence running around, but we come together in a spot that just has to be gotten through.
Now, this Screen Dragon can be a bit rude. Hits hard, has a thunder attack, so Classybadger does have to, try and get this dragon down pretty quickly. And does so.
You don't often see the green dragon. Good time to learn Nuke.
Excellent time to learn Nuke there, right before the Sasura fight.
Classybadger going straight in after an ult gauntlet. That is older than I would have been. That's for sure. Props.
And I believe Classybadger has that mute knife that was found earlier. Unless he
might.
Yeah, trying to set up the reflex to get the wall off. I don't know if Fu has the wall spell. Oh, enough. Sid taking a lot of punishment there.
Yeah, the spot's got just over 25,000 hit points. So it's going to be a lot of counterattacks. There's a few things you can do to help with that. One cute thing is to bounce the spells off the wall that Kane's wearing. Because counterattack scripts like Asura's punches don't react to reflected spells.
Yeah, and Lavendel Havoc in chat pointing out, Stoppable Force is a boss behind, because has not fought that Mylon and Friends fight in the waterfall.
Yeah, so won't be learning Nuke.
Ooh, he's got the Cure 4 off. So that 9,000 damage gets full healed.
And that's the danger of leaving Asura unwalled in this fight. And there's another 4,500 on top of it. You have the option, if you don't have anyone that can cast wall, to have somebody use 2 Star Veils and have the second one bounce off the first. But even in this spot, unless your DPS is super, that wall could wear off before you chew through the HP.
Yeah, and the other thing too that Classybadger is going to have to worry about is the magic pools for his characters. Haven't found a whole lot of ethers or anything like that. If Classybadger is going to go with nukes, Fu's going to run out of MP really fast. And Stoppable Force caught up and starting his Asura fight.
Finding out, unfortunately, that there is a version of Flare that will bounce, of Twin, that will bounce off the wall, and that's Flare.
Luckily, though, it hit his Anchor Palom.
That did kind of work out for him.
Yeah, so Classybadger is working through. Got the wall up on Asura. Oh.
Math is 5 dupe seed, but I think he knows that's not possible.
I hope he knows it's possible.
Not as possible as a vanilla item in the wool spot.
And while our runners are working on this this Asura at the Rubicon site, if you haven't done so, please give our runners a follow. They've been putting on an excellent race for us tonight. And also, quick shout out again to our restreamer Dathis, who has rolled this excellent seed with our boss objectives already found easily, and to our tracker Xena Cat, and to my co-commentator Commander Leonhardt.
And to my co-commentator as well, Bad Karma. Give him a follow too. It's a good team we've got here. Glad to be part of it.
Every team's a good team.
Fair.
Also, if you've been watching and enjoying the show and think, I'd like to get involved, you know, play some seeds and get going, you should check out the Free Enterprise Discord that was just linked in chat. Has everything you need to be able to roll your own seeds. You can even roll these Swiss flags if you'd like. And then, you know, maybe we'll see you here in the next tournament or so, that sometime in the fall.
And chat's making a good point. Don't underestimate what it's like being in one of these races. Even just a casual community race, much less a tournament situation, you can struggle a little bit and start to lose focus. It's happened to me. It's happened to all of us.
Stoppable Force is through, though. Has his 2 columns up that want the XP. Gets his nuke on his foo.
Stoppable Force will be giving us our first look at Underground.
And thank you, Groundfire, for the 5 gift subs. Does help keep the channel and things going smoothly. Very much appreciative.
5 more people have access to all of the wonderful emotes from the Free Enterprise channel.
Yeah, and our tracker just pointed out Stoppable Force didn't make the extra couple steps to the right, so we were not able to peek that boss to see who it was. Lord Hayati, correct. They do only need 4 out of the 5 objectives to get the crystal and complete the seed.
You always want the fastest, and if you haven't found all the bosses you need yet, it's worth a quick look. But again, I would be lying if I said I'd never charge down a hook route without making that look.
Classybadger is also through the hook route, and we'll be following Stoppable Force down into the underground.
Good job by Classybadger, persevering through that fight, showing a lot of grit. Charged right into that, had a lot at risk in that fight with no save, and struggled a bit, but made it through.
Yep, and Stoppable Force is hitting the Fey March, checking the freebies. Does have a key item just sitting in this chest here. Has a pretty comparable party too. Might be able to peek these bosses.
Might be, but that crystal armor, his helmet isn't doing him any favors.
Fortunately, that's not the item you're hoping for in that chest.
No, but the coffins for sale are nice to find. There are a lot of bosses without the boss bit that we haven't fought yet.
That crystal sword's right there, Stoppable Force. You can get all the money you need for those coffins. I know. It's just making your head explode every time I say it. Classybadger is doing the dwarf castle check. Probably wanting that character check. Trying to see, maybe gets the pan. Oh. Did just buy coffins.
Yeah, coffins. Seems relevant.
And honestly, vanilla Leviathan is not bad there. I would take both of those fights with this party, in my opinion.
Yeah, there's a weird quirk with the way the stats were programmed in the original game. A lot of bosses that never use physical attacks have the rudest punches in the game, and Leviathan is one of those. But immediately, Leviathan doesn't use physical attacks.
Trying to get the toad off here on these Baron guards.
Nice.
The toad. Oh, but the second Palom is queued.
Oh wait, no, he didn't queue 2 toads, did he?
I think he did.
Not like this. No.
Or toad's the charm. Oh, he's still there.
Hey, we could go for a third toad. Oh no, but I missed.
Oh.
That's rough.
As the save though, can tent up.
Yep. Knock it down again.
Classybadger though through the antlion, blinking you missed it.
Yeah. Into the other guards. Hey, it's a Rosa.
There's a white mage.
In her nice red dress.
Oh, that's my favorite Rosa sprite right there.
It's one of them. Scholar Rosa's a good time still. Athos cheering for Aerith Rosa. Again, if you're not new, you've probably noticed, hey, these sprites are interestingly colored. You don't know which one you're going to get. There are several different variations of each sprite themed around various video game characters and other fun Easter eggs.
And Stoppable Force lands the toad this time, didn't have the second one queued up, so we'll hopefully be able to make short work of these frogs as Classybadger is through the other guard fight.
We get to see the hand crawl around, and then eventually we'll get the item. We don't have the warp glitch on in these flags, so we're not going to be able to snatch the item out of the sealed cave. We'll need the Luca key. Athos, are you suggesting that you put more vanilla in this seed? Because I'm not sure I believe you.
I mean, he's only had like 3 instances of vanilla. He's way low on his quota.
Hourglass 1 does not a Luca key make.
Dishmu, I don't believe Stoppable Force's food has gotten weak yet.
And the rundown of the vanilla is a vanilla cane to start, a vanilla foo on the moon, and a vanilla leviathan hanging out in his March throne. Oh, Bacchus. For our reflect party? Whatever.
Classy could still be holding out hope for that Cecil to wield that crystal sword.
I mean, give me an arrow. Yeah, true. Give me a heroine robe and I'll Rosa go berserk. Down with that. Oh, hey, speaking of.
He's got one and a ninja hat to boot. That could be one very speedy archer.
Yeah. Pew, 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 pew.
And there's a spoon from the guards.
Where you go? Where's Edward?
Spoon flag is on.
Yes, Edward can swing the spoon. It's pretty hard when he does. It's good times.
I mean, does he sharpen it? Is that what makes it so good? I'm trying to figure that out.
I think in the original Japanese version, it's actually a kitchen knife.
That would make more sense. And Stoppable Force is heading out of the Fate March.
Did Classybadger give us a dwarf check?
I don't believe he did. And also, Makura, thank you. Makura third, thank you for that quote. It's a fantastic quote, and I think of that every time I get the spoon.
As do I. Stoppable Force, despite a block by one of Tomra's dwarves, will be a runner of the people, hopefully.
Oh, maybe?
Yes, our job dwarf is a college professor.
A very respectable choice.
I can dig it.
Yeah, unfortunately, while Dathis has rolled a very interesting seed, he may have shuffled these key items around a little too well. Only 5 for Stoppable Force. You'd like to have a little bit more before using some of those sirens that he found in the shop on the moon.
Yeah, sometimes if you get underground quick, you pop a siren to get the alums up to Quake, for instance, but we're already at that point. It is definitely now thinking about sirens for the grind if you can get go mode in time. And the moon is starting to look more and more required.
But we do have that Leviathan fight still, and Sheila 1 still available.
We also have Top of Tower, and we could unlock some more things without going to the moon. Silly.
Yeah, keyless tower play is not too terrible here. We've seen it pay off a number of times already in the first 2 weeks of the Swiss.
I am a big fan of checking Sheila 1 early, and I know not everyone is, which just makes me feel even better when I find value there.
Yeah, I'm a big proponent of check your freebies. Sheila 1 right now is free. And if I was Classybadger, I'd be picking these chests with a Sid with an Earth Hammer. That is one-shotting sirens for chances at tier 7 loot.
Yeah, there are a lot of tensions going on in this randomizer, and that's one thing that makes playing for a lot of fun, casually or racing. There's something to be said for checking your freebies, but there's also something to be said for efficient routing, not spending too much time flying back and forth between places. Also, loot is wonderful, but it takes up time, especially when you fill up your screen and encounter the dreaded inventory boss. So you've got a lot to balance and juggle as a run.
Yeah, but one of our objectives early on was to, wipe to the inventory boss.
Valid.
And for Blue Maze Danny, yes, there have been 4 Palums in this seed. There could be 3 duplicate characters in this flag set, and all 3 of them were Palums.
And they showed up pretty quickly, too. Oh, we faced, but we know this is a water hag.
It's a good find for Classybadger. Finding this water hag here at a tough spot. Gonna get a lot of XP out of it too, and hopefully a key item.
Fusia still flinging arrows. Can't even.
It's all he needs.
It's faster than queuing up a spell, no doubt, but it still just gets me.
Hold A and pray.
That works.
We do have Stoppable Force back, and he is working through the Dwarf Castle. Did take the Rosa, so down to just 2 Palums.
It's not your Athos. Lord Vader told me that he deactivated the hyperdrive on your computer.
Get some value off the top of the tower with that rat tail.
Yeah, we have a hook. We can turn it in and check it. Rat tail into pink tail is always fun. Not just because it would be an objective.
Yeah, unfortunately, Classybadger finds out not able to do an exit from the tower. Being a story-based dungeon, gotta make the long walk out.
Yep, can't have you skipping the scene at the end where Sid swoops in to save the day.
And Stoppable Force is showing off that if you take down the officer, then the soldiers don't know what to do, and they just start hitting each other.
There are a couple of things I'd like to say about our runners, and yeah, they do look a little new at shows, but you know, you want to be new and charge into one of these tournaments with some of the other people that are racing, props to you for going at it and just showing up to have a good time. Also, they didn't find out they were going to be restreamed until the last minute. There was originally a different match that was going to be restreamed, and we had to shuffle some things around, and this was a last minute decision, so I can definitely imagine that adding to the nerves.
I don't know about you, but I'm having a good time. This is a fantastic.
Oh, I'm up here in the booth just chatting away. It's great. It's easy here.
Looks like Classy is going to be picking up this hovercraft and aiming to turn it in the rat tail.
Like it. Freebies.
Stoppable Force hasn't done Fabul, I don't think. I believe he charged right into the hook route without doing the Fabul defense. So heading over to do Fabul defense and Shield 1 might be a little bit more value, as we're seeing the rat tail, though, leading to the earth.
Yeah. Party Rock, get some loot happening. I know these mages are missing some of their stat sticks.
Mr. Shmee, it is not the last chance for Cecil. There's still the package and the giant character.
And also Baron Castle.
Baron Castle.
Yeah. We still got a few outs. Definitely our best chance for Cecil, with Earth Crystal having 2 characters that it hides.
And I would feel taking that, dropping the Sid for the Cecil, probably a good pick there, especially with Crystal Sorkober.
Hey, about that Baron key.
And Stoppable Force is going to be picking that up here too, so that will steer him away a bit from the tower.
Yep, and Classybadger's probably going to follow up the chain, Zot, and we'll see if the top of tower pays off. Our Baron still part of the chain either way.
I personally like to do Zot first, just because it parks me right outside of Baron, and I'm lazy.
Yeah, it's one of those subtle routing things that, I mean, I don't always remember. The dream is to have the harp and the earth crystal and the Baron key and run them in that order.
And it also looks like Classybadger is feeling pretty good about his party. Sold the ninja sword and some of the other gear that an Edge may have liked. So keeping the crystal sword though, so really hoping for that Cecil.
At some point you do have to pull the trigger and commit, but yeah, still holding out hope for the crystal sword. I appreciate it.
Yeah, Unstoppable Force should have no problem with these D-Lunars. Has Quack Kids, has Nuke. We'll make pretty short work of this.
Boom.
And we will see what is here in Baron. I don't remember who the character, the first boss was. Xena can't help.
I don't remember either. I tried, but I couldn't come up with it. Athos says Dark Imps? Xenocat's amused by scenario. You're correct.
Yeah,
it is.
I
Dark
remember
Imps.
it. I do remember it now.
Good call.
Athos, you were close. It had dark in it.
Yes.
Stoppable Forces got his key from Sheila 1 through the football defense, and will probably head to follow up into Baron as well.
Yeah, given the lack of the Earth Crystal, it seems like the straightforward call. And here he is.
Yeah, and honestly, Baron Castle has provided key items for a number of races, whether that's at the Odin spot or the Baron Inn spot or the Baron Throne spot. Always Baron, in my opinion, for this flag set.
Rando gonna rando. Just know we all have our opinions. Always Moon, never Moon. Always Fey March, never Fey March. Always Keyless Tower. Whatever makes you feel comfortable as a racer. Figure out your decisions and go with it.
The Pain Man is not bringing the pain today, giving more feather tickle. And we will see who is sitting on the throne and what they threw in the trash here shortly.
Well, we don't have much chance for vanilla. We don't have a duplicate Sid, so the character can't.
Already had Kanatsu in the Ordeal's changing room.
Hey, vanilla, if you play with that, puts the pass here. So that would be our vanilla.
And we know it can't be Wyvern. Wyvern's sitting in K value.
It's the doctor himself.
Do we have any gold or silver apples? I believe Classybadger has found them.
Never seems to keep this doctor away. You'll have to tell me how you made that one.
He does like to talk all the way through this examination, that's for sure.
It really does. It feels so good to run into a spot where I can just mow him down. Baron in one ordeals. I don't have to listen to this.
Now with this second fight, if Sid were to get a turn, Sid could just bop it with his Earth Hammer and call it a day.
Yeah, second fight is classified as a machine even before he goes into the real fight. And that Earth Hammer will do quadruple damage. You could also just...
Why wait for Sid when you can just microwave a machine?
Sid's slow.
Don't listen to him, Sid. I still love you. Hey, there's another twin, though.
Yeah.
Already got a Rosa. Probably not going to take the time to level up or him up. Already got two twins in. Had to refresh twice.
Still refreshing.
Yep. And we're back.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm going to guess from the time spent that Classybadger did not check the Baron basement and is going straight to the treasury.
Yeah, do we know what Classybadger found?
No, but we're about to find out from Stoppable Force's stream.
That is a good
Meanwhile, I see a Swarp Robe and a Cursed Ring and a Crystal Ring and a spare Crystal Armor and a Change Rod and another Cursed Ring and a Power Shirt in the treasury.
That's a solid. I'd say a 6.5. Nothing great.
I mean, I've expounded on the Crystal Ring already. That's the one thing that caught my eye. I don't hate the other things.
No, it's a good, solid. You know, it fills in a lot of gaps for this gear set, I feel like.
Yeah. Especially with T7 on, I'm usually looking for defense out of the treasury anyway. Oh, it was a Luca key. So Classy and Stoppable both have a Luca key.
That is an interesting find. I think I like Classybadger's play of heading to the Earth Crystal and knocking it out first. Hopefully pulling that Cecil. But if there's value with that Luca key, I think that's where Stoppable Force, if he doesn't do a keyless tower play, will probably be hit. After checking the Odin spot.
The spots to check, and I like Stoppable Force making this check. It can be easy to forget this check if you don't take care of it.
Finding a couple solid pieces of gear. It looks like Classybadger is looking for the Flame Dog.
Seems that way. Rapchester, how you get T7. Stoppable Force's hopes will rise and come as he sees that it's Nylon Z.
That's just a tease.
It really is.
I gotta find a way to
feel it here.
We gotta find a way to put that Z on the chest like in the tracker.
Meantime, we've got Karate Man himself hanging out in the Magister spot.
Yeah, I think Stoppable Force is probably going to be able to chew through this Nylon Z. Classybadger will have no issues with Karate here in the Magister spot either.
Etsiega, Mylon, and friends are taking a bath in the waterfall.
Yeah, that was one of Classybadger's first checks, and paid off. Took him a little bit to get through it, which would be expected by doing it that early, but was able to get through it, and has had 2 objectives lit up ever since.
and is halfway towards the two-parters. Spoon word! Take the spoon word! Oh, he doesn't have a spoon. Dang it.
Yeah, Classybadger has not completed that Baron guard fight in Fey March to get that spoon.
Hmm. Yes!
But does he take it?
You take the Cecil.
Has held on to the crystal sword this entire time.
You haven't done your grind yet. Heck, sometimes if you have done your grind, you take the Cecil. But I would get rid of the Sid, but if you are not comfortable with heavy reflect strats and you prefer more melee-oriented approach, you get rid of a Palom.
There was a twin harp in Odin.
Wow. Okay, so that's going to put stoppable force right back in this. Now, each of our runners something behind that's important. If you want your Crystal Sword Cecil, then you're going to have to fight Ogo.
Yeah, that is a huge pickup for stoppable force there. That's going to send him probably right over to turn that harp in.
Scenario pointing out that both runners have faded a Mylon that had value. Can we get elements holding a Legend Sword, please?
The triple Mylon? Dathis, you wouldn't.
Is there anything Dathis wouldn't do?
At this point, I'm not sure.
Classybadger's after Ogopogo with the Quake. Hopefully it takes him out. Nice. I like it. Nicely done. A lot of you might know that Ogopogo will counter with an Angry Blaze that is ice-based despite its name. That's good for a quarter of your hit points. But you can't counter when you run out of hit points yourself.
And we will see what the reward from Zod is as Stoppable Force is heading to do the harp. For those who are new to Free Enterprise, during the vanilla game, this would be a point where Edward heroically gets out of the bed, starts strumming his harp to play the twin harp in Cecil's inventory to weaken the Dark Elf. We like to randomize that tune. Oh my.
All right, Legend Sword.
So that top of tower required.
Yes.
And Xenocat pointing out, we have no mode.
We've seen what needs. We don't know where the pink tail is yet, but we know enough to get to go.
So yeah, the harp rendition is could be one of various songs from various RPGs or other franchises, done by majority of them done by Calm Lamity, some by Boardface himself, and once the Dark Elf has sent his barrage of spells, we will quiet down so that we could hear the tunes.
It's an oldie but a goodie for our heart music.
And a reward? Just an Avenger for that objective, but that is a nice pickup.
It is, even without having gone through Zot, Kane still appreciates an Avenger.
And Classybadger making the dive into Luca Cave. We know that his go mode, he's one item away from it, but could get the Twin Heart from Odin, from the Odin spot.
Yeah, and with a Crystal Sword Cecil, that absolutely no trouble with that spot.
And we will see where Stoppable Force decides to head next. Will he chase down that Luca Key as Classybadger is doing, or do the keyless tower play?
Looks to be following Stoppable Force. You gotta have both our runners finding the pink tail here and getting. We'll put Classybadger in go mode and put Stoppable Force pretty darn close. Just needs to go remember that waterfall.
Yeah, waterfall or the longer check of the keyless tower. I think Stoppable Force's best chance would be if this is the tower key and the tower key leads to Pinktail.
Yeah, because that will put him. It is, however, a pan, so that's 2 chances to find it, and you've got to take this out. Whatever this boss is, you've got to deal with it. Well, I'm denied my mile on everything.
That could still lead to a pink tail. It still could.
Yes, I'll allow it if it leads to the pink tail. I was hoping for more direct.
I'll settle for elements gating. I mean, it's only a quarter mile long.
Yeah, I guess all. Yeah.
I'm entertained at this. I'm defending you.
I guess I can go with, all the Mylons were required. I can go for it.
Blue Maid Danny, Mylon is in the waterfall where the Octomammoth spot is. Our runners high-fiving here on the bridge.
Yeah, this party can't exit here, Classybadger. Same reason. There's a cutscene at the end that you're not allowed to miss. You can warp. If you run smooth, it doesn't take too long.
That's some good headcanon there, Blue Maid Danny. I like it.
Makes sense to me?
But Kanatsu Dathis was in Ordeal, so he was going through the transformation into the Mylon Z Drown Key.
But Mylon Z is already dead, and that which is dead cannot die.
Listen, there's only so many dots that we can connect here.
Challenge accepted.
Stoppable Force is getting through this Elements fight, having no issues.
Classybadger doing what anyone would do with a pan, especially finding it on the ground. One to hit a monk over the head.
I mean, clearly he's used to it. I mean, he doesn't even, he's not even fazed by it. He just mumbles something about Sheila, so it's obvious that this has happened before.
Stoppable Force getting his warp act on to take a slightly quicker run out of the sealed cave. Not bothering to warp through the small floors, just gonna run for it. Thanks, Sylph. I mean, sure, we weren't at 10 key items yet, and we are now. Or wait, no, we were totally at 10 key items. Stand by my original statement.
Still could be the pigtail.
Could be. So if so, yeah, completely haunted moon. Welcome on in, Rowdy Sniper and friends. We're about an hour and a half in. We had Bahamut and Mylon and the hook found in half an hour, and then things got a little cheeky.
Where is this pigtail?
I don't know, but I hope for Classybadger's sake it's not at the vanilla spoon spot.
Oh, and Classybadger is not saving, going right into this Fey March.
Takes a quick look and says never mind.
Could be the right call. We know that one of those fights is a spoon.
Yeah, we don't know what the other one is. Here comes Stoppable Force into Fabul, Classybadger right behind him, and if this is the pink tail, that puts Badger in go mode.
Lord Goober, I've heard some, very few, would maybe call that spot not a landing spot of shame, but a tactical save spot.
That's a new one on me. Sheila handing over a pass, which, considering that Classybadger is going to have to finish this up either with music or by handing over a pink tail, well, gonna be on Earth. Passes good times.
Definitely a nice pickup. You don't want to not have it, especially with all these objectives on Earth. Where does Stoppable Force head to? Might be gearing up for a moon play, it looks like.
Or just a free heal. Neither. Thinks better of it, and heads underground. And going for the tower. Remind me of the chain here, Bad Karma? It's been a little while.
This would be Rat Tail to Earth Crystal to Legend Sword.
Ah.
And Crystal Sword wielding Sesame.
Yes. Swords.
And Stoppable Force does have that stack of sirens still.
Can't slingshot Cecil. It's not allowed. Some of you that are familiar with the randomizer know that normally when a character is 5 levels behind the median of the party, that they start getting double experience until they catch up, but that has been disabled for the Lali-Ho. Between that and C-Buy, it makes it a lot more likely that you're going to commit to a party early and not make late changes, but Crystal Sword Cecil is still Crystal Sword Cecil. And yeah, Xenocat, that's right. Leviathan could have Pinktail. Pinktail could be anywhere on the moon. Our runners we've just had a peek of Cave Bahamut and no actual step into the LST.
Thundergoat, Harp was at the Odin spot, is being guarded by a Mylon Z. And we've seen the Alt Gauntlet already, so we know this is Water Hag. We've also seen that this is Water Hag based from Classybadger. A quick 3 bops for Stoppable Force, and he will have his rat tail.
And hopefully he follows that chain up. Doesn't get diverted by other things left undone in the underground, like Day March.
Yeah, both runners have not tackled the vanilla Leviathan yet.
Yeah, and given that he's already knocked out the guards, less likely that they'll go chasing it. There it is. Smelly, smelly rat tail. Don't throw it overboard. Wrong game.
Good chunk of XP there for these 2 Baron guards.
Classybadger got spooned, but we've already gotten rid of Edward, so
Won't be seeing a duplicate Edward since all the dupes were Palums tonight.
our hopes of Spoonward are dashed.
And let's see what this vanilla Leviathan has in store for us.
Yeah, between a Crystal Sword Cecil and good heals from Fu and Rosa, maybe even some black magic from Fu if things get under control. Yeah, I suspect we'll be finding out exactly what this Leviathan is holding.
Which looks to be where Stoppable Force is heading as well.
Passing up on that rat tail for now. Taking the check that's in the area.
Dishmu Legend was at the top of Tower of Zot.
And you get there by following the rat tail chain.
Both runners converging on this, though. Should be able to make short work. Both parties are plenty strong. Stoppable Force has given up that a Cecil will appear.
Well, at least I get one. At least I get one Crystal Sword.
gonna need that money. That Coco shop we didn't get a chance to talk about during because the music was playing. That was Zeus gauntlets in there, a white spear in there.
It's true. It's true. Masamune. Hanzo for a ninja that has yet to appear.
So will Classybadger head to the moon or do the Odin spots?
So the moon isn't completely haunted. It's not required. We knew that a long time. Oh, I liked it. Flew past Baron Castle, something clicked in Classy's head and said, wait, isn't there a basement there? Loops back around. I think we might have a twin harp coming up. Classy, if you're watching this, just to let you know, once you knocked out the Baron throne, you can go back through the front door. The guards don't stop you.
This is a good way to clear your head and postulate your next move after handling the Odin spot.
Yeah. A moment, ask yourself, is there anything else I've missed? Do I really have to go here?
Yeah, at this point, hasn't seen a dot done or finish from Stoppable Force. So I was wondering where this pink tail is or the twin harp. He's going to get through this milestone. He's got a crystal sword wielding Cecil. So he is going to go burr real hard on this. And will blink and you miss it type of fight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this Mylonzi is not long for the war, that's for sure.
He will have his harp that will lead him to his Avenger. And then all he will need is to figure out a grind.
Yep. And with sirens for sale on the moon, just only one of our runners has seen that shit, right?
Correct. That is Stoppable Force who has the stack of sirens.
Fortunately, when you've got power couple and Cecil's holding a crystal sword, you don't need as much in the way of levels. Classy's not there yet, but won't have to push hard to make it happen. Bringing home the quad nines.
What more could you ask for?
Not much, honestly, under the...
Just gotta get him angry with a little spell and let him swing.
So, funny story, as Classybadger uses Quake, Mylonzi, being the Fiend of Earth, is immune to this, one might expect, but not for the reason you would expect. Mylonzi actually has the float status.
Yeah, they didn't have enough ability to make him immune to Earth outright, so they just made it so that the only Earth spell in the game misses him.
Which is also to your benefit if you have arrows or spears, as they deal extra damage to flying enemies.
Yep, and that puts Classybadger in go mode. He needs to do his harp, and we'll get his crystal. We'll be right outside of Troya. Should he choose to maybe just pop in?
I wouldn't want to.
Oh, yeah,
Out of these levels.
it's doable.
It's doable if you are very good at nerfing big bands.
Which I am not.
And yes, that's right, Xenocat. Boomerangs also do extra damage to flying enemies, but I don't believe any sort of darted item does. Stoppable Force, continuing the chain, about to be rewarded. A Legend Sword, about to find out that should have waited a little bit longer for that Crystal Sword.
We'll be getting a second rendition of the Final Fantasy VI music here shortly, as Stoppable Force is going to be greeted by a karate fight, and I believe Rubicante. No, that was in the Twin Harp spot. Who's atop a tower? Pogo Pogo.
Yes, if you want Crystal Sword Cecil, you must fight Ogo, and it's Punch Mage first.
Dark Elf, only just wanting to attack you. So he flings his spells.
Fu doesn't seem to agree with this. We can't. He says, I dodged that week. I'm still slinging nukes. I'm still standing. I'm here for a lot of this. Stoppable Force has redeemed himself for the sale of the Crystal Sword by bringing along a Spoony Bard. Also, we got speech from Rubicon.
I mean, does he ever win? As Classybadger claims his crystal, needing only 4 to 5 objectives.
right as Stoppable Force grabs the legend and is a short trip away from his third objective. He flies past the waterfall and remembers it. He could get the crystal quickly. Otherwise, he's going to have to go to the moon.
He's picking up Sid, it looks like.
To use as an anchor, maybe. Aramessi, Mylon's in the waterfall. And the bard goes away.
He was here, and he touched our hearts and our lives in such a long measure.
And that lurker in the corner believes that Stoppable Force sold the spoon, which is entirely possible.
Head north, stoppable.
Or just further south, whichever. Oh, going to the moon, looking for a pink tail.
This is not a bad play with the knowledge he has. He's looking for a boss. He's looking for a key item. There's a good chance he runs into one or the other up here. So it's not terrible, especially it looks like he might be doing maybe a bottom-up play.
Mm-hmm. And both of these spots are spots I've overlooked at various points in my free enterprise career. The barren basement and the waterfall. I've found the thing right at the end.
Classybadger
going
in.
Which means
yeah, there are
in chat.
Zeromus is a thing. He is very big and ugly and powerful, and can't just put him out in the world somewhere because he's too ugly. So we make him pretty, usually. We have 525, I believe, Zeromus sprites in the pool now after the most recent update. And it leads us to a question. Commander, do you want to do the honors tonight?
Whose butt are we gonna kick tonight?
And Maiden Paladin, yes, Zeromus is always the final boss, unless the condition is just complete all the objectives. Oh, another round of vanilla.
Up to 4 now.
Andy Schmoop, thank you for the gift. As always, it is much appreciated.
More airships. I haven't seen them all so I don't know.
Yeah, with 525 and a whole slew of them that just got added a couple weeks ago. Unfortunately, this is not a new one. This is Nightmas. I believe Kirby. I think somebody.
It's new to me. I'm not gonna lie. There's so many sprites that I haven't seen all the old ones.
I know it's come up before, and I'm just yes. I did say it was Kirby.
You did. You got it.
Yeah, commentating like this isn't my first time. It's not, but you know.
Not even your first time with me.
And the majority of these sprites done by the wonderful Scala Kitty, who is in chat. Some of them also done by the wonderful Boardface as well, who is the creator of Free Enterprise.
And our very own Scala Kitty, also responsible for the various palette swaps that you've seen on the characters tonight. So, whatever your favorite is, it's her doing.
Yep, and we've got some reflect strats going. We got Sid with the Star Veil up. Cecil, I'm not sure if he is berserk yet or not.
The first Big Bang was nerfed.
Oh, there's the pigtail.
Oh,
The
stoppable
first check
force
on the moon.
at the top down. Nice call. That puts stoppable in go mode.
Cellar Dweller, the one big thing is the Mylon objective number 5 is in the waterfall.
And
So-
stoppable force done just about a full clear of Earth, except for that. Does stoppable force know that it's... All right, this could be a grind. This could be a grind.
Yeah. Has sirens. Just needs, to get Palom to nuke probably. For Cellar Dweller, Waterfall is an early check that is available, but it doesn't necessarily lead to anything. It's really only good in a boss hunt like this. So it is very easily missed. It could also be demissed.
Yeah, there's no key item there, so it's not part of the normal early routing. That's a thing. There's a lot to keep in mind.
Stoppable Force, remembering that these dragons cannot be coffined down.
They can be hourglass.
Yep, as Classybadger is working through the Aromas fight. Has the party up in full health.
So far, so good. If Classy can just keep nerfing the Big Bangs. You want to explain what I mean by that?
Yes, so during the Zeromus fight, when he does his shake, that is an indication that the Big Bang attack is coming. It is during a very small window where you can cast a spell that would trigger a counter nuke, and that will lower the magic power of the Big Bang attack, so it doesn't do the full 2200 ish damage that it could do to your party. If you don't get it in that window, he'll obviously counter nuke you and then hit you with full power Big Bang, and you might be in trouble. What you're seeing Classybadger do is nerfing the Big Bang with the crystal, which is one of the many ways to do a nerf. And we'll see if he got it off in time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and as you pointed out, it is not a simple, you see a shake, you throw the item. There's a pause between that and the changing of the spell power, and you've got to hit it. And he did. Nice. And Lady in chat pointing out that nerfing is not a skill that's easy to come by.
I am terrible at it. I'll admit it.
I'm only just now getting better, and that's only after having Asuka repeatedly poke me and say, you really should learn how to do this.
I know the concept of it, and I can fake my way into it. And sometimes that even works.
Yeah, it's the difference between a Big Bang landing for 2400 or even 2700 in some parts of the fight and splashing for 1200 or less. But we have rocks, and that means we are at the end of this Z fight.
Less than 12,000 HP to chew through. All Zeromus is going to do is throw rocks at our party.
Oof. Just strong enough to hold on. But Sid going down means no wall target for that Lightning 3. This is a little nerve-wracking.
Oh, Cecil's got to dodge.
Hit him, Cecil!
You want to do it?
HP ran out. His HP ran out. Got a lightning tree. Come on. You can do it, Palom. Save us. Double dodge on the rocks. Your drink. Okay.
The double dodge, that is huge.
That one hit somebody. And Cecil goes back down. Here comes the lightning 3. Is it enough? It is!
Very nicely done, Classybadger.
Putting on a nerfing clinic to take down this Zeromus and move on to 1-1 in the Lali-Ho League. Get your GGs out in chat.
And with that, Dink, we are also joined in the booth by Classybadger. GGs to you on your win.
Thank you so much. That was a butt clutcher there at the end.
It was tense, to be sure.
I threw up the prayer to Zeus and he answered with the light 3.
That was very well done. I won't lie, I thought you were a little low level and you put on a clinic for doing a low level fight there.
Yeah, it definitely was. It's very different from the team that I normally would have run. Like, if I knew I was going to find Edward at the Tower of Zod, I would have kept him around and then dropped Porum and gone with my more traditional, like a traditional Berserk team. But I was just like, okay, well, I didn't at that time, I didn't have the spoon. So I was like, okay, I don't have the spoon. And then I'm going to go for like a mixed, like, we'll drop some nukes off of Sid because he's got so much HP. So we'll kind of do like a mixed, like, Berserk strat and magic strat. So it was definitely kind of an unusual team even for me to run, and I knew I was probably the weaker player, so I was like, okay, we're probably very close in time, so I've kind of just got to go for it, because I don't think I have the time to get to a comfortable level where I'd like to be and not get overpaced.
Well,
Yeah, go ahead, Commander.
You took on a lot of tough fights for the levels you had and got through them. It started with finding that Mylon in the waterfall and just grinding through it right away, charging into that Asura after an alt gauntlet, said, I'm not afraid of doing this twice. I mean, it's how you played the whole seed, and it worked out for you.
And the Asura, I thought I'd lost so much time on. Like, I thought I was going to be pretty far ahead when I found the Mylon in the waterfall. And the only reason I made that check early was because I had been practicing on a seed where as a boss, like, the 2 alternative, like, objectives are 2 bosses. And I'd gone on this long hunt, and then I was talking in the chat, and someone said, hey, don't forget the waterfall and the Mist Dragon spots are always early checks to look for bosses. So I was like, oh, that's right. Well, let me just do that check quick. I think I should be able to handle it. And then I found Mylon there, and I was like, okay, now we are probably very ahead, because I'm not sure if Stoppable would have made the play to go to Waterfall. But then I felt like I goofed up on my strats. I completely forgot that Foos would have had Wall at the beginning of the Sura fight until I was scrolling through spells. I was like, oh, there's Wall. I should have been doing it earlier, and that fight would have gone a lot quicker. So I thought, oh man, I've probably lost a lot of time here, so we're probably close to even, possibly, with me and Stoppable. So then I was like, okay, well, I've got to start making some riskier plays throughout to feel like I'm a little bit more ahead.
Yeah, and you actually went into the Asura fight first, but Stoppable came in, was doing alt gauntlet at that time, so did get through Asura before you. But you were the objective ahead, and that Stoppable never went to the waterfall.
Yeah, like I said, that's one of those checks, and I saw it a little bit in chat, where a lot of people are like, yeah, it doesn't provide a key item, so a lot of people probably aren't checking it. And I don't think I might have checked it if I had the 2 alternatives of being like a character and a boss. But because I had 2 boss alternative objectives, that's why I had made the idea like, hey, we're going to check Mist Dragon and we're going to check Mylon. I didn't end up checking Mist Dragon because I found the Mylon early. And then I found Bahamut really early, so I was like, okay, well, now there's no reason to go do Bahamut, or to go to Mist Dragon Cave. So it's like, okay, now we're just doing a traditional hunt for looking for things. And then at the end, I'm kind of glad I made the play to check the not go to the moon bosses, because I figured at that point it's really hard to tell who is probably in the lead when you're just looking for random world bosses that can drop the last key item that you need, because we were either looking for Pink, Tail, or we were looking for the Harp probably at that point. So I was like, all right, I'm just going to do all of these here first on the Earth, and then I'll go to the moon to see if we need to start hunting those bosses, and it paid out for me.
It absolutely did. You ran a great race. You made a bunch of great checks, and it really paid off. The only thing I would ask is, did you forget about the Odin spot? Because we saw you starting to fly right by it, and then you turned real quick.
I think I was at the point where I was like, okay, do I go to the moon and start doing those? Because in my mind, I don't run this as often as I'd like. And I couldn't remember if the Odin fight, even though I was pretty leveled up in gear-wise, that I could probably take on most fights, I couldn't remember. I was like, okay, is the Odin fight a little bit going to be a harder fight than some of the moon bosses? And I was like, no, it probably isn't. So let me double track back to do that one. So I kind of had that moment. And there was a few moments where you probably were watching me where I was just like, I don't know which bosses I should be doing, and then I was like, and I definitely haven't found sirens, so I don't know. I'm probably gonna just have to level up off of bosses, and then especially once I got the 10th key item, I was like, okay, well then that's kind of what we're gonna do, is we're gonna level up off of bosses, and then we're just gonna kind of plow through from there. And there's a couple moments where like I haven't been in the Tower of Zot for a while, and I was just like, man, I kind of forgot what door to go to, and then the same for the tower. I was just like, what doors am I needing to go through? And I was completely mind blanked because I was like so stressed out at that moment.
Pressure is real, without a doubt. And for the record, Odin's about on par with Feymarch, so not quite moon, but close.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, and the Feymarch, I got really lucky with the bosses there at the Feymarch because I was like, okay, well, I've got a Mute Bell, and I saw those two there. That's why I checked that early, because I was like, okay, well, I see kind of the two sprites that are there. Okay, I've got a Moon Bell, so if it's going to be... I had a Moon Bell and I had an Hourglass. I was like, okay, so if it's Dark Imps, I got an Hourglass for them. If it's the guards, I got a Moon Bell for them. So I felt pretty comfortable doing that one right away, too.
Yeah, the only thing that you missed that Stoppable found was there were sirens up on the moon shop.
Okay. Yeah, and that was so dumb of me because I went up to the moon to go get the character. And I was like, okay, do I stop here to check to see what's in the shop here? And I was like, no, I saw I had food, so I was like, I need to start getting the bosses done to start getting his levels and skills unlocked. So I was like, if we get to that point where we're hunting for those, I'll go back and check. But it was just kind of a dumb play of mine. I should have just gone while I was up there and then just been really safe about how I could have approached it. But you live and you learn.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Moved on to 1-1. Good place to be.
Yeah, definitely feels a little bit better than going 0-2, so I was happy about that.
Sure.
Yeah, otherwise, how you feeling being 1-1 here? We're 2 rounds into this round of 6 for Swiss. How you feeling going forward?
I feel that I need to practice more, but unfortunately, like, there's so many other things going on. Like, I say it every time I'm in an interview, we're in the golden age of randomizers right now, so, like, I'm playing Final Fantasy VI randomizer and trying to keep practicing that, and then the Final Fantasy V Career Day Premier Tournament is this like started at the same time as this. I'm like trying to like get practice seats in for 3 different randomizers, and I'm like, I really made a mistake of signing up for all 3 of these at the same time, but they're just too fun that I don't want to miss out on an event. So I feel like I need more practice, but I feel like with my base level of knowledge, I don't expect to compete with the top level people. So I was like, I'm just here to have fun. If I make it through, awesome. If not, it's just a good excuse to always play some free enterprise.
Heck yeah. You're here to have some fun. And
Exactly.
You're just ahead of us when we do the randomizer shuffle 5 years down the road.
So there is talks that I've been talking to people that I would like us to get, since we finally got the Final Fantasy V Career Day down to a manageable time that's kind of more in line with 6 and 4, because for a while the 5 one was so long, that there might be talks of doing the Final Fantasy Rando Relay.
Ooh.
So that is something I've been talking to people, because I know people in kind of all the different communities. And I was like, the Rando Relay, where we kind of maybe get some like the top runners of each of the kind of seeds and make 2 teams, and then we do like a relay race for it. I'm thinking that would be a lot of fun to do, and something I've really been wanting to start planning for. So if you like the idea of seeing a lot of randomizers all at the same time, we're working on it.
Well, I'm going to keep my ear open for that one. Any last words for us as Stoppable Force charges into his C fight?
Good luck to Stoppable Force. I'm sure his fight probably went a little bit smoother than mine did, and not as chaotic, because I saw he did a little bit of grinding. But just again, thank you so much for the Free Enterprise community for putting on an amazing race, an amazing tournament. They're always a lot of fun. And then obviously thank you to all the people who do all the restreaming work, who do all the comms work. I've been on that side of things. I know how busy that can be as well. So anytime people are just like, yeah, I can restream, I can comms, those people are the true heroes of the community.
Can't do it without you being, volunteering to be restreamed, to allow us to watch you as you race. So we do appreciate that as well.
Well, I appreciate it. You guys both have a great rest of the night.
Thanks, Classybadger, and GG's again.
GG's.
That was Classybadger. Give him a follow. As he said, he's doing a lot of stuff randomizer, so whatever randomizer it is you enjoy, you'll be seeing him working on it at some point. This is something you've never seen before.
Yep, as Stoppable Force is beginning his Aromas fight, seeing the Nightmare, getting his Avenger Cane going. We've got a shake coming up.
And as Classybadger alluded, it won't be as bad. Kane is more than strong enough to take on a unnerved Big Bang, and Rosa, with her high magic defense, stands a good chance of doing so as well. If they're full heat.
Yep, as the whites come out, the nukes are out. Going with a more traditional reflect strat here, even with the Avenger Cane.
Yeah, probably going to tip for the refill, so have a hybrid happening. And what I mean by that, for anyone in chat that doesn't know, the way Zeromus works is he has more hit points in a way than you can fit into the of information. So what the designers did is create a point where he refills his hit points and goes back to maximum. But just like Asura's punches from earlier, it is a counter attack script. So if when you get to that point you limit yourself to bouncing spells off walls, you don't have to deal with that. That's usually what we mean when we say reflect strats.
Yep, as everything is going to continue to bounce out, this is definitely going to be probably easily done here. I wouldn't suspect this fight goes on too much longer. And do as we are finishing up, please give the Restream team a follow. It's been a fantastic race, great run by these guys. Give the runners a follow as well. All of our Twitches are linked in chat. And then again, if you are interested and want to get rolling your own seeds and learning more about Free Enterprise, there's also the Free Enterprise Discord that has a ton of information. Very friendly community, very welcome to new players. So get in and learn the game and start running. We might see you here in the next tournament.
Foxfall! Stoppable Force has reached the end. One that dodges is still going to be able to stand up because Zeromus' Meteo is not a normal Meteo.
Yeah, not as powerful, and
there it is. Nightness is sinking into the night.
Get your GGs in chat for Stoppable Force, and I believe we are joined in the booth by him. GGs.
Hey, thanks. Hi. Hello.
How you feeling after that run?
That was good. That was It was fun. It was it seemed like it was going to be a real quick seed, and then all of a sudden things got very, very long.
Yeah, we felt the same way.
Well, the one thing that may have added to your quickness, we got to ask, did it the waterfall check where Octomammoth is? That's where Mylon is.
Oh, I knew I was forgetting something. Yeah, because after always something.
Always have that feeling like there's gotta be something.
But to be, only a 15-minute gap and missing that check, getting that top down, getting Pink Tail on the first boss fight on the moon, that was a fantastic pull.
I was like, all right, I'm gonna go to the moon. I'm gonna find just the minimum of what I need, because I already knew I had the pass. I had the stuff for Forge. I'm like, all right, I just need one thing. I either need Mylon or I need the Pink Tail. And just like Pink Tail immediately sealed it for me. It was good.
And it would have been a lot closer, except that your opponent, Classybadger, didn't grind once he had a crystal. He just went in with a few people at 1,300 hit points each and made it happen.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I am not that experienced with going in that low, so I wanted a little bit of safety. But
Understandable.
probably didn't help that I also died on my grind because I miscounted how many hourglasses I had. But it's still fun though. This is a very fun seed.
Good.
It looked like it.
It's the most important thing. I mean, it's a tournament, and we have records and all of these fun things, but we're here to have fun, and that's what I'm here for too.
You did make Commander Lionheart rip his hair out a little bit when you sold the crystal sword. I'm not gonna lie.
I was committed to not getting Cecil, and I was like, all right, I'll just sell the crystal sword, get this extra money, and then Cecil shows up in Zot, and I was like, too late, my man. Sorry.
I do understand.
So while we're in week 2, you are 0-2. You're not out yet though. How are you feeling going forward?
I'm honestly just here to play some games, get some race experience. This is my first anything really with Free Enterprise, other than just doing seeds of the week or random seeds here and there. This is my first organized anything, so it'd be nice to finish with at least one win. But I'm here for the experience, I'll say.
Happy to have you. Like I said, you put on a great race for us here tonight to watch. We do appreciate you. I believe somebody mentioned very early on, this is the first time you were restreamed at all?
This is my first restream.
It's a good one, in my opinion.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You kept it close. There was a number of times where you guys high-fived throughout the seed. I do highly recommend going back and watching through the video once it's posted. There's a lot of things in there with Commander and I talking, and unfortunately a lot of it is, when is Stoppable going to check the waterfall? But otherwise you made up a lot of ground not having that though.
There's a lot of good stuff. Definitely go back and watch.
Yeah, we'll do. I can't wait to watch the VOD. I watch a lot of VODs.
That's how I started.
Hear that.
Do you have any final thoughts though, as we're wrapping up our time here on Free Enterprise?
No, I think that's about it for me. Just glad to be here.
Well, we're glad to have you. Look forward to watching more races from you.
Yeah, I look forward to racing. Thank you.
Best of luck to you in your matches. Have a lot of fun.
And I believe with that is the end of our race here on Free Enterprise, but it is not the end of Free Enterprise racing, as we do have another race going on.
Yeah, over on Randomania, one of our partner channels, Gambit and Vitasia, a couple of people that are no strangers to Restream Team, are in their very own matches. When you head over, don't spoil this. People like to watch the VODs.
Yep, please no spoilers as we head over, and we hope to see you here next time. And as I'm Bad Karma, we had Dathis, our restreamer, Xenocat, our tracker, and to my co-commentator, Commander Lionheart, once again, always a pleasure to work with you.
Likewise, Bad Karma. Hope to be working with you soon.
And you you all have a wonderful night. We'll see you over at Randomania.